Alright guys, just another quick one here on the Intrabuster and the O-rings. I just want to show you guys, I've been using these, the O-rings that I've been showing off and how they've been working great. I'm just going to show you guys right now. Every video I've done since has been with the same O-ring that I installed in that first video you guys all seen me do. And I haven't had a single issue with it. Other than, if you just keep shooting CO2 after CO2, after so many, that O11 O-ring is going to bone dry up. And it's going to cause, like if you're using one of the tighter O-rings that I put in, the aftermarket ones, it's going to cause your bolt to stick and then it'll slide back on its own and just randomly shoot. But if you keep it greased, it never happens. That just doesn't happen. But anyways, I've had lots of people tell me on YouTube and Facebook that the O-rings are great. They're great. But one guy's got a bad one. So, I don't know why. I can't explain. I don't have his marker. It's just like Orings markers. Sometimes the spring works. The stiffer bolt spring will help with the fluttering in certain issues. And sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. I think it's just he got a bad one. Something happened with his. It's just not working. But I'm just going to show you here. I got a 12 gram in here. And another one. You see me pop off like 2, 3, 14 mags. Like in my videos. Like 30, 40 shots in one time. And so here, I'm going to just quickly set this here in the camera thing. In the stand. I'm just going to empty this quickly down in that barrel. So let me just crack it. I got riot balls in here. There, look at that. It charged up nicely. I like that sound. Anyways, here, let me just get rid of these. Okay, there's 10 shots. Okay, we're done. Degas. See, all from the same marker. Now I'm going to put this back on my table. Just let me just take this off the stand. I'm going to put you guys up here now. Okay. So now I'm going to open this up and I'm going to show you that I have that aftermarket O-rings in. Okay, here's the part where I could be confused, because I get confused a lot, guys. I'm not perfect. Christ, I don't have no crazy education. Everything I learned just by hand. So yeah, so I bought these, so it's not, these aren't the issues. The O21's not the issues. So this is your major one. These are your O11s. I went and got a metric one, and these are my permanent fix. Like, I'm hundreds. Like, I'm well over 500. Somewhere in between 500 and 600 shots I fired. And it's the same O-ring I replaced. So, but here it is, the thing, the kicker. Now I'm confused. I'm not sure if I go back to the video, I could probably trace and see what I put in. But I got a 7.5 by 2 millimeter thickness. And then here I got a 7 millimeter by 2 millimeter thickness. Both are 11. This one's 11.5 millimeter outer diameter. So I think I got this one in. This is the one I'm using. But somebody told me that theirs is too tight and it's making their bolt stick. But mine will do that too. But that's after like 50 shots. And if you don't go in and re-lube that O-ring again. But as long as you keep that O-ring wet, I'm not sure if he's... I'd imagine he is. Like he knows his shit. He's a smart guy. But yeah, so here, just let me open it up. I don't know if it's this one I got in or that one. Like, you can't, by looking at them, you can't tell. It's a 0.5 millimeter difference. But that 0.5 millimeter difference could make a difference on the outer volume where it's squeezing in his bolt, right? So, or it's causing friction inside. But, yeah, anyways, let me get this out here. Finger on the trigger when you're doing this. Otherwise, your seal can, or whatever it is, can do damage in there. That's a little click you hear. Can damage your threads. There's a part that comes up right here or something. But anyways, so yeah. So I got my roll. Oh, shit. Fuck, every time the button's right there. So when I set it down, clicks off the stun gun. Yeah, okay, so as you can see, I got the two Bunas in here. Those, since the first day, I've shot hundreds of rounds through it. But that's not the culprit. This is the guy here you do not want to dry up. When this dries up, it'll stick your bolt. I mean, the stock O-rings slide in there like almost like they're not even touching the walls. So I'm not talking about the stock. I'm talking about these new O-rings I got. If you can see here, that's one of those black Buna ones I put on, the 90 Duros. And where's my, this is the lube I'm using, guys. I'm using Ultra Silk. It doesn't matter. Lube's lube. Well, not really. Some of it's better. Some of it's better quality. Silicone is just silicone. It's probably like, I don't know, like the medium quality stuff. There's worse than that, and then there's probably better, which I think this Ultra Silk is great. So, yeah, you just take that pin. I got a little bit on my finger here, and then just kind of go around. Yes, it's a 2mm thick. The O-ring you put in here that is stock that you already have in there is 1.7mm. So this is 2mm. It's thicker. So it's going to create a better seal on the inside of this part right here. So now that I've got that on, look, if you can see right here, look at that. It goes in nice. Nice and, see? It's not tight, nothing. Just keep that part wet. When this part goes dry, it becomes very tacky. And then look, when your bolt's trying to return, it doesn't, because that's holding it in. That friction's holding it, stopping it from going back. So it stops it from going back. Boom, when you pull the trigger, boom. So that friction in there, it gets tight. So, and then when you're just least expecting it, boom, it'll let go on its own and then it'll go pop. It happened in one of my last video I did. But just keep this, just keep in there nice and lubed. Keep that O-ring nice and lubed. And yeah, guys, boom, see? Look at that, it's just like butter, look at that, like nothing. Look, see, it's like butter. Just keep that nice and greased, man. Every time you shoot, it dries and dries and dries. After about 40 shots, it's bone dry. While the other O-rings, all the other O-rings, when you look at them, you can see all the shine and the glisten and the wet from the lube. This one here, just completely bone dry. So just keep this one lube. I'd say after every... So you guys are... I'm using extended mags, so... For me, it's like after every 3 of those mags, 2 or 3 of those mags, I'm going to open it up. These aren't made for plinking with. These things are made to save your life. If you want plinker guns that are reliable to shoot hundreds of rounds without having to go in and load them, get a pellet gun or PCP markers. But if you're going to plink, these aren't the best things to plink with, because you got to keep the maintenance up on these. We're shooting big air through them, and they dry out really fast. I see there's another O-ring mod. DK Spencer showed it off. There's another O-ring mod up in here. I don't have an issue with that. I mean, one day I'll get to it. I'm going to try that out. It looks cool. I like what I see with it, but I'm not having any issues. Or when I gas up, as you can hear the psst. It was nice. So I like when that disappears, then I'll concern myself with that one. But cool. I like seeing new things, and it's great news. Every problem's got a solution or two, so sometimes it's not always the same solution. Like other people, I noticed they're using different O-rings and stuff. They're having good luck. So to each their own. I'm just showing my solution, guys. I'm not telling you or forcing you to have to use my ways. I'm just showing you what's working for me. And like I'm showing you video after video. It's the same O-ring. That's the same O-ring I'm using. So, like, see, when I first took the O-ring out, it was slightly dry, and then I was putting it in, it was still going nice, and then when I put that grease on, it just like butter. Zzz, 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 zip. That's how you want it, like that. Zzz, nice and fluid, smooth. As that starts drying up, it wants to stick, because these are really thicker O-rings than the stock. They're much thicker, not much, they're slightly thicker, and they're a more harder rubber too. So, but anyways, guys, look, put this back in. Hold on, let me get put this back in. See that? Look, it's not giving you much problems here. Like, see, it's not hard. Look, just at the tip of my finger. See, it goes in right to the threads. So now I just put this in and just give it a turn. Okay, now I get my finger on that trigger. There's the click. Now you can go all the way. There. Now, I got a few shots left here. So 12 grams CO2, you get 10 good shots, 10, 11 shots. The last two probably won't be that powerful, but 8, 9, and 10. So, we got 10 shots in here. Here. Boom. So, hold on a second. Take these out. I'm going to put the CO2 in. Alright, where did those balls go? So I got the CO2 in, put a drop on there. I normally have my setup here. I don't use these 12 grams. It's just not enough air for me. Okay, so, hear that? So, after almost 600 shots, and mine still sounds great, but when it stops that sound, I'm gonna go in and do that O-ring trick, that hidden O-ring trick that DK just showed off in his new video. But yeah, so here, let me just fire these off. 11-12 that time. So fire just in case it's not holding a shot. Alright guys, and that's that. Shooting like a dream still. Once again, I'm pretty sure I used this guy, the 7.5x2. But this one here will slightly be smaller, so if it's pinching your walls, you get a 0.5 millimeter smaller on this one. So I don't know, it's still 2 millimeter thick, but when you stretch an O-ring more, the thickness will actually thin out as you pull it and stretch it. So it might make up the difference. But either way, I'm almost certain I'm using this one. I've gotten reports back on my YouTube channel saying, thanks man, they work, great, great, great. I've got messages on my Facebook inbox saying, great, great, thanks, they work, they work. And then I got one comment, a guy's having some issues. So I just want to show you guys, here, there's no screwing around, there's no fluff, there's no bullshit. This is what I'm using, and it's working for me, it works great. It's working for others. Yeah, so to each their own. I'm not telling you guys what you guys have to use. I'm just saying, here's the solution that's working for me, and you guys seen clean shooting in my videos and stuff. It's that's really how it is, guys. I don't know what else to say. They work. To each their own. You guys all stay safe. Take care, guys, as always.